Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. A quick check now for starting five for both teams. And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Iverson with the ball. Iverson right side. Outside Griffin. One-on-one fast break. Cheeks. Now Paul. Here's Maggette. Drills it from outside.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition three there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
And so here is Philadelphia. It's a three-point game. Pass to Cunningham. There's a screen. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Here's Paul. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Back to Maggette. There's the three. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Here is Cunningham. Pass to Irving. Iverson outside. Here is Cunningham. Here is Cunningham. No good.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for McAdoo. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Here's Iverson. Pass to Chamberlain. Here's Cheeks. Cunningham. Now here's Paul. Here's the screen. Griffin. Now Maggette. Just 4 to shoot. That's good. He has 5.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. That's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Paul outside. Pass to Maggette. And here's Griffin. That's good.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
The 76ers trail. Allen Iverson on the wing. Here is Cunningham. Fades and shoots. Nice touch on the bank shot. Here's Paul. Pass to McAdoo. Back to Paul. Now Maggette. Shot clock at 6. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down. So it's Philadelphia now. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Now here is Irving. Pass to Cunningham. 5 to shoot. Back to Irving. Outside Irving. Nice shot from the wing. And here is Paul. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Now Maggette. Pass to McAdoo. Shoots a 3. It's Cunningham with the rebound. Here's Philadelphia. They trail by 3. Here's Cheeks. Back to Irving. Cheeks. Now Irving. Pass to Cheeks. Back to Irving. Fires the 3. That's good. 5 points in the game.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
Now here's Paul. Maggette with it. Griffin down low. Back to Griffin. Right side Griffin. They swipe it. Here's Cheeks. To the middle. Irving. And he swings it home with one hand. Here's Paul. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to McAdoo. Back to Paul. Maggette. And nothing is falling for him right now. Here's Cheeks. Outside Irving. Here is Cunningham. From 8. Rebounded by McAdoo. Paul with the ball. Pass to Maggette. The tray. And the shot is good. Here's Cheeks. Pass to Cunningham. Uncovered. The Clippers grab the miss.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Down low. Tries to keep it alive. Here's Cheeks. Iverson. Iverson left side. Pass to Irving. Defended by Paul. Fade away. 4 on the clock. Misses off the left iron. Now, here is Maggette. Here's McAdoo. Outside Jordan. Now Paul. And here's Maggette. Another one falls for the Clippers. Here's Cheeks. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Here's McAdoo. Back to Paul. They set the pick. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Here's Cheeks. Back to Chamberlain. Here's Cunningham. Chamberlain down low. And that one's good. The Clippers in the for the Clippers. On the inbound, good as the jump shot falls.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Now here's Iguodala. Pass to Collins. Back to Iguodala. 6 to shoot. Here is Hawkins. Puts up a three. Another three for Philadelphia.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Now here's Reddick. And here's Reddick. Pass to Free. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
The 76ers trail. Here is Hawkins. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Another three for Philadelphia.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Outside Gordon. Pass to Free. Now Reddick. Walton with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Good. Here is Hawkins. Here's McGinnis. Embiid. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Collins. Jacks up a three. Another three for Philadelphia.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
They set the screen. Here's Gordon. And he banks in the layup. He's got 7.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Pass to Hawkins. Iguodala with it. Iguodala right side. And that one's good. Here's Free. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Now here's Iguodala. 5 points in the game. Pass to Hawkins. There's the pick. Comes up empty down low.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Clippers on top. The second quarter coming up. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers? On offense, here are the Clippers. 3-point lead. Outside Gordon. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw good from Gordon. And the Clippers making a switch here. Gordon hits both of them. And it's the 76ers with the ball. It's a 5-point game. They set the pick. Pass to Collins. Here is Hawkins. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. He's got 5.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Here's Harper. Outside Gordon. Clock at 6. It's hauled in by Andre Iguodala. And even 3-on-3 break. Hawkins shot good. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Pass to Harper. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. And it's the 76ers with the ball. They trail by 3. Here is Hawkins. He's got 7. Six on the shot clock. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. 9 points in the game so far.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Picked him clean. Here's Simmons. Here's Simmons. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Clock at 6. Here's Collins. Count the bucket. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Williams. Harper. Gordon up on top. Pass to Harper. Back to Gordon. No good from outside.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Here's Simmons. Up off the screen. And that one is stuffed right through. The Clippers trail. Here's Harper. Outside Gordon. Pass to Walton. Iguodala with the steal. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And here are the Clippers now. Here's Harper. Outside Gordon. Shot denied. Here's Simmons. Here's Simmons. There's the pick. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Outside Gordon. Back to Walton. Gordon looking to end the drought. No good at the rim.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Here's Simmons. Here's Simmons. Working on Williams. 6 to shoot. A fadeaway. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Los Angeles calls timeout. Here's Gordon. 11 points in the game. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Kamen. Pass to Hawkins. Here's Dawkins. Off target with the jump hook. Now Kamen. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Now Gordon. Now here's Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Here's the floater. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers lead it. And here is Iguodala. He has 5. Pass to Dawkins. And the foul on Chris Kamen. That's his first foul. Here is Hawkins. Here is Hawkins. 9 points in the game so far. 6 to shoot. Again, Philadelphia.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Outside Gordon. Pass to Harper. And here is Kamen. Shot to stop the run. And he sinks the layup. And here is Iguodala. Here is Hawkins. The 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
The field goal percentage has been bumped up into the high 50s now.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. It's a 10-point game. Now here's Gordon. Outside Gordon. The time for the ball. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
And the Clippers making a change here. Here comes Mo Cheeks. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. There's a good screen. Pass to Dawkins. Here is Hawkins. Here is Hawkins. 14 points for him. Clock at 6. The shot misses. Here's McAdoo. Outside Williams. Now here's Griffin. Pass to McAdoo. The baseline J off the mark. Irving with the ball. Here's Simmons. Cheeks. Here's Simmons. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Here's the alley-oop through. And here are the Clippers now. Down by 12. Back to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Poked away. And they're pushing it up. Cheeks. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And the Clippers making a change here. Now Paul. Pass to McAdoo. Griffin to stop the drought. And the slam by Blake Griffin. And Philadelphia has possession. Iverson with the ball. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Irving. Here's Cheeks. Iverson outside. Shot clock at 5. The stupendous finish in traffic.
How about that? Going up strong. I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
Now here's Paul. Now Maggette. 10 points for him. Lets the three fly. And Irving pulls it down. And the slam by Blake Griffin. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Leading by 12. Here's Cheeks. Back to Chamberlain. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. That free throw good from Chamberlain. And it's the Clippers' ball. Now here's Paul. Pass to McAdoo. 6 to shoot. Here's Jordan, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Iverson. Pass to Cheeks. Here is Cunningham. Griffin's there. Off the screen. Drained for 2 points. 6 points for him.
Getting better and better. Got that field goal percentage up in the 60s now.
And here is Paul. Here's McAdoo. It's off his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. Paul outside. Shot clock at 6. Back to Maggette. Takes a 3. And that one's good.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Here's Cheeks. Pass to Cunningham. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game. And he makes the first. And so Cunningham nails both of them. Here's Paul. Pass to Maggette. Clock at 6. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. And Philadelphia has possession. Iverson outside. Pass to Cheeks. And here's Irving. Right side, Irving. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. He's got 7. Here's Paul. No luck. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Pass to Maggette. Now here's Griffin. He's against Cunningham. No good from Maggette.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Outside Irving. Here's Cheeks. Throws it up high. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. Paul with the ball. Pass to McAdoo. And here is Jordan. 6 to shoot. Here's Maggette. Drains it from beyond the arc. 16 points for him.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Here is Cunningham. Cunningham inside. Iverson outside. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And you know what else, Steve? Watching him run the pick and roll is like watching poetry in motion. I mean, this guy has that basic play down pat. He's unstoppable when he runs it.
And the Clippers call time here. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Paul outside. Pass to Maggette. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Misses from close range.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Here's Cheeks. There's the screen. Here is Cunningham. Here is Cunningham. 8 points for him. Plenty of daylight on that shot. He's got 8.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Here's Paul. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
And the 76ers call time here. Here's Cheeks. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Outside Irving. Iverson outside. Shot clock at 6. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. He's got 10.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Now Paul. 5 points in the game. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
And here are the 76ers now. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Outside Irving. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
I'm waiting for the fire alarm to go off the way they come out blazing in the second half. That's 5 straight makes.
Ball outside. Right side Griffin. He's against Cunningham. Ball outside. Pass to Jordan. Banked in off the glass.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Right side Irving. Here's Cheeks. 6 on the shot clock. Paul with the steal. Leads him in there. Now here's Iverson. He's got 10. Pass to Irving. Off target at the rim. Now here's Paul. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Paul with the steal. Six to shoot. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. He's got 7.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Iverson outside. To the paint. And takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
And here is Paul. He's got 7. Pass to McAdoo. Back to Paul. They set the pick. There's the lob to the hoop. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down. Now the 76ers with it. It's an 18-point lead. Here's Cheeks. Pass to Iverson. Here is Cunningham. Back to Iverson. Clock at 6. Iverson right side. Off target on the 15-footer. And here are the Clippers now. Paul with the ball. Now here is Maggette. No good from Maggette. Here's Cheeks. Pass to Iverson. Here is Cunningham. Teardrop shot. Now Maggette. 16 points for him. Jordan with it. Outside Jordan. Back to Maggette. Here's McAdoo. Now here's Maggette. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And the Clippers making a change here. Here's Cheeks. Iverson outside. Iverson left side. Cheeks. Shot clock at 6. Embiid. 7-foot shot. And the shot is good.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him. Get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Here's Free. And here's Maggette. Can't get it to go. Here's Cheeks. Pass to Iverson. Here's Cheeks. Now Irving. Three-pointer. Outside Irving.
He's not exactly striking them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
Here's Free. There's a screen. Here's McAdoo. Pass to Free. It's hauled in by the 76ers. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Iverson outside. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And the Clippers making a switch here. Here's Free. And here's Reddick. His first shot coming late. And the bank shot is good. Now Iverson. It's an 18-point lead. Here's the screen. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
And the Clippers making a change here. Here's Free. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Allen Iverson on the wing. He's got 10. Just 5 to shoot. Iverson outside. Goes up on the wing. That's good. 12 points for him.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this high.
Pass to McAdoo. Here's Free. Knocked away. Here's McGinnis. Here's McGinnis. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Cheeks. 6 on the shot clock. Fires from 18. Here is Cunningham. Again, Philadelphia. Here's Free. Back to Jordan. Pass to Free. Iverson outside. He's got 14.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
There's the pick. Here's Free. 6 to shoot. Now here's Reddick. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by Cheeks. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And it's the Clippers' ball. Here's Free. Here's Reddick. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. And so here is Philadelphia. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Iverson outside. Shoots the 3. Good. 17 points in the game. Reddick with it. 3-pointer. And he gets it to go. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. 76ers and fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Here's Cheeks. Pass to Irving. Left side Irving. Here's Cheeks. 2 on the clock. Irving with the ball. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
And here's Maggette.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
deflects the pass. And that one's good. Simmons.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Here's Paul. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Now Maggette. To the inside. Keenan. Here's Cheeks. Cheeks no good. Here now the Clippers. Outside Williams. This one for 3. And that one's good.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Outside Irving. Cheeks. Back to Irving. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. So it's Philadelphia now. They've played a great 4th quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively. Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Right side, Williams. Pass to Harper. Clock at 6. Back to Gordon. They get a hand on it. Iguodala with the steal. Makes the lead pass. Here's Collins. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Here's Harper. Pass to Walton. Eric Gordon on the wing. And that comes off the assist by Bill Walton.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Here's Dawkins. Shoots from the baseline. And the 76ers tack on 2 more. And here are the Clippers now. Outside Williams. Pass to Harper. And it's rejected.
You know, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Here's Collins. Here is Hawkins. Here's Simmons. Iguodala outside. And the 3 off target. Here's Harper. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Very high quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Here is Hawkins. Iguodala outside. Pass to Dawkins. 5 on the clock. The shot no good. Here's Harper. On the wing, Eric Gordon. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Now here's Iguodala. Pass to Collins. Here's Simmons. There's a good screen. Iguodala outside. Poke loose. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. And the Clippers making a change here. Shot clock at 2. Here's McGinnis. That one a little long. Gordon with it. Harper, no good. And here is Iguodala. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Gordon with it. Left side, Gordon. Pass to Harper. Tries from 16. That one wide left. And Philadelphia has possession. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here's Collins. McGinnis. McGinnis' shot is off.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Gordon. No good. Now Iguodala. Pass to Collins. Back to Iguodala. Here's Collins. Off target with his three. And here are the Clippers now. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Pass to Gordon. Takes the three. And he gets it to go.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Now here's Iguodala. Here is Hawkins. From deep. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Here's Iguodala. Hits the target from 18 feet.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
Now here's Reddick. Outside Gordon. From deep. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Pass to Iguodala. They set the screen. McGinnis. Rebounded by Kaman. Here's Harper. There's the bucket. Good. And here is Iguodala. Here's Dawkins. Pass to McGinnis. Hawkins. Now here's Iguodala. 6 on the shot clock. Here is Hawkins. And he gets it to go. Gordon with it. No good off the back of the rim.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Pass to Harper. There's the pick. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Here is Hawkins. Iguodala with it. Shoots from 12. And that one's good.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Back to Gordon. Now Reddick. Reddick with the bucket.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number one for this defense.
Now here's Iguodala. Here's Collins, and he gets it to go. Here's Gordon. Back to Kaman. And that one's good.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Here is Hawkins. Pass to Dawkins. And here is Iguodala. Here's McGinnis. Shot from 6. Again, Philadelphia. And so here are the Clippers. Here's Harper. They set the pick. Now here's Kaman. Outside Gordon. And here's Reddick. Here's Harper. Shot clock at 6. Lays it up and banks it in.
He's got great length for a point guard, and it served him well on that play.
Here's Collins. Pass to Hawkins. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And here are the Clippers now. Al Gordon. Here's Harper. And here is Kaman. Backing down. And the layup is good.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Here is Hawkins.